$10,000 a month in passive income. Sounds great, right? But what if you're starting with just $30,000 in savings? No trust fund, no secret advantage, just a dream and the will to work for it. That's the exact question I want to help you answer today. I'm going to walk you through how an average couple, not influencers, not millionaires, went from ordinary W-2 jobs to owning a real estate portfolio that now pays them over $10,000 every month. And the crazy part? They did it without hitting the lottery, flipping 100 homes, or taking wild risks. So if you're wondering, can I really build wealth through real estate from scratch? This is for you. So let's dive in. Everyone has a number, that freedom number. For this couple, it was $10,000 a month. That's the amount they need to live comfortably, pay bills, travel a little, and most importantly, quit the rat race. I call this your financial independence number. It can be lean, covering just your basic expenses, or fat, where you've got cushion, freedom, and breathing room. And if you don't already have your number, stop this video and think about it. Write it down because clarity drives action. So meet Liz and Tom. They're not real estate pros, they're not YouTubers, they're regular folks in St. Louis with W-2 jobs earning about $90,000 a year combined. The most important thing is they weren't starting from zero. They had done the hard personal finance work already, paid off their credit cards, built up an emergency fund, and saved $35,000. That was their seed money. So this is where a lot of people get discouraged. Only $35,000, that'll never be enough. But that mindset, that belief that you need to be rich to build wealth is the exact trap this video is going to break you out of. So what was their first move? It was basically genius in its simplicity. They rented out their first home and moved into another. No flipping, no short-term rentals, just renting their previous house, a move-in and then rent strategy. And why it works is you already know the house, you likely locked in great financing, and it turns your largest expense into an income-generating asset. This simple house shuffle gave them their first rental and a taste of what real estate could do for their long-term goals. Now, you could get your first home with an FHA loan using 3.5% down or even down payment assistance. And with this, you could buy up to 4 units. So your first home could actually be the rental if you buy a multi-unit and do the whole house hack thing. Move into 1 unit, rent out the rest, and then hopefully get some cash flow just from that. Or reduce your biggest expense, which is your housing expense, because you have rents coming in from the other units. And next, they saved like crazy. Vacations, skipped. New cars, nope. Every dollar mattered, and that's how they bought their second rental. Nothing fancy, just a single family home with 20% down. Then came their third and fourth rentals, this time using the BRRRR strategy. Buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. They scoured their area, drove for dollars, networked, and negotiated deals well below market value. They borrowed short-term money, refinanced after repairs, and rolled the same dollars into more deals. At the end of year 3, 4 rental properties, 1 personal residence, and a deeper skill set in analyzing, acquiring, and managing income properties. And honestly, once you start to get experience with some of this stuff, you might not even need to go to traditional banks anymore, and you could start raising private capital. I have a whole video series and some stuff in my playbook about that too that I'll link here and put in the description. So anyhow, from here, things accelerated, but not in a chaotic way. They bought just 2 properties a year. No huge team, no burnout. But here's the key. Every deal used a different creative financing tool. BRRRRs, seller financing, even private money lenders. This wasn't about taking shortcuts. It was about learning how the game is really played. By year 7, they had 15 total properties, and more importantly, they had options. Now, at this stage, most investors make a mistake. They just keep buying more, but Liz and Tom did something smarter. They shifted into payoff. They used something called a rental property debt snowball, paying off 1 property at a time using all their extra rental income. Then they sold off their worst 5 properties, the high maintenance, low yield headaches. And with the profits, they paid off the remaining 10 properties. Now they own 10 single family rentals free and clear. That means every month after taxes, maintenance, and expenses, they're pocketing $10,800 in true cash flow. Not revenue, but actual passive income. So let's break down this journey. It's 15 years of work, no wild risks. They have $2.5 million in equity, $130,000 a year in income, and complete time freedom. Even better, they've now got time to enjoy their lives, coach their kids, travel, sleep in, build hobbies, give back. And that's the whole point, right? Not just wealth, but freedom. Now look, you're not Liz and Tom. Maybe you live in a high cost market. Maybe you're 10 years younger or 10 years older. Maybe you've got more debt or more income. That's okay. What matters is having a plan and using the right tools for the stage you're in. Real estate is just a toolbox. You could do house hacking, BRRRRs, seller financing, private money lending, snowball strategies, 1031 exchanges. The key is knowing when and how to use them. And I'll make sure to link some different videos here that address all those different strategies. So where are you now? Are you a starter, builder, ender? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to dive deeper, make sure to check out my series on this stuff. And I'll be putting out even more videos and walkthroughs to help you map your exact path freedom. I'll see you in the next one.